Right. Now, I'm not sure when the best point to ask this question might be, but, at some point, from my understanding, it was almost out of the blue in some ways. The FBI came banging on your door while you're at home early one morning. When did that come about?
Very early. It was about 5 a.m. on in November of 2009. And, it would have been a pure shock to me, but for the fact that Raj Rajaratnam, who ran Galleon, which was a $7 billion technology fund, had been arrested 2 weeks earlier. And the way these things work is when you're arrested, there's something called a criminal complaint that's filed, and that's a public document. So when Raj got arrested, I pulled that right away because my partner in my firm had worked for Raj directly. He was sort of Raj's right-hand man when I hired him. And I read the criminal complaint, and it was during the exact time that my partner worked for Raj that these, insider trading allegations that the feds made against Raj took place. And I looked at, they even tell you what stocks, and some of the stocks were stocks I traded, like Hilton. Hilton Hotels, was a stock that Raj, they charged Raj with making, a lot of money on unlawfully. And this was a stock that my partner had tipped me as well and told me, he was buying it, and a lot of smart people, his firm, were buying it. I, was concerned that my partner would get talked to by either the SEC or the DOJ, but I never imagined that it would have gone that extra step and that I would have become a target or a suspect in this investigation. But sure enough, I was arrested along with about 14 other people. I think there were 9 in our specific case. And it was a mind-boggling experience, to put it mildly.
Can you just go into that a little further? Like, what was it like when the FBI just came running through your house? Because, for most of us, that's something we'll never experience. It's just sort of one of those things you see in the movies. What was that like?
Sure. And, that's the opening chapter of the book. I think I try to convey just the shock and surprise of it all and fear and terror that you have. At its base, they could have called me or called my lawyer or anybody else and said, we've got some information. We think, you're a suspect and we'd like to talk to you. And of course I would have come into the office or talked to them. One of the things that bothered me is I was arrested in this pre-dawn raid, and it was a raid. It was a FBI SWAT team with this flak jackets, probably a half dozen agents along with, canine dogs. And again, it was 5 a.m. I've got 3 young children. My wife is there. It was designed really solely to do one thing, and that's terrorize. So, when they came in, it was, hey, you need to talk to us. If you don't talk to us, you're not going to see your kids for 10 years. And, it's very much a show of force, with the flashlight in the eye and everything else, designed to get you to talk or to, beg for a deal or whatnot. I was just curious, what was the charge? I was a lawyer. I didn't just watch a lot of Law and Order. I went to law school and practiced law for a little bit, and they wouldn't even reveal to me what I was being charged with, just that it was some type of securities fraud. And, the dogs running through the house, and they had to search the house and everything else. And, all I could think to myself is, well, what are you searching for? The securities? It was a very big invasion, I thought, of privacy, and just done in a way, again, not designed to elicit any type of truth or anything else, but designed to intimidate and scare me into cooperating.